Welcome to Out of the Rough. I'm Fred Arnold. In today's show, we're going to highlight opportunities and solutions to help get you out of the rough and into success, both financially and personally. And today I've got James Hecker. James is a career mortgage professional with Covenant Mutual American Family Funding. For the last 28 years, you've been helping individuals fulfill the American dream in home ownership. Yeah. So welcome to the show. The last 11 years, you've actually been helping people with some of their life planning and life insurance planning.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you're also a member of the Alliance of Professionals Helping Seniors.
That's correct.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Today, James, I want to talk about, very important, I want to talk about reverse mortgages. It's different than a forward mortgage, which is your traditional mortgage. Tell us about what a reverse mortgage is.
Sure will, Fred. First of all, thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate the opportunity.
You're welcome.
And a reverse mortgage is simply a mortgage that pays you instead of you paying the bank. Okay, so if you have equity in your home and you're over 62 years old, you can get this mortgage that actually pays you, or you have no payments on it, and so that's why they call it reverse instead of you paying the mortgage.
That is key, and that is you are not having to make a monthly mortgage payment.
Absolutely.
But you can make a payment if you have the sufficient cash flow that particular month.
You can reduce your principal,
yes.
You know, but there's almost no reason to make payments otherwise. You wouldn't even want to.
Yeah, so tell us some of the a little bit of the basics about reverse mortgages.
Okay, well, you know, one of the first things I wanted to talk about was how there's a lot of myths and misconception, and a lot of people, there's a lot of bad info on reverse mortgages. It's an incredibly underutilized product. And the reason there's some bad press about it, and it's not really the right thing for everybody, is because there's considerable expense associated with getting a reverse mortgage. And it's not a short-term solution. It's something that is for long-term. And if you have a need, you know, for some cash flow or some money up front and have no other way to get that, and you do have equity in your home, for some people it's really the best way to either stay in their home, meet their obligations, maybe care for an ailing spouse, you know, so it is a good solution for people who need that for long term.
Yeah, that's important, and I want to touch upon one point. We at one point did a loan, and I remember going to this lady's house. It was in Santa Clarita Valley, and this lady was, you know, she was confined to bed most of the day, but she was able to get out a little bit. And I said, well, how convenient you have a bathroom right next to your bed. She goes, well, I haven't used that in 10 years. And I go, well, why not? And she goes, well, sometimes when I turn the light on and the water's running, I get shocked.
Oh, gosh.
And you run into situations where some of these seniors are just afraid to spend money.
Right.
They don't want to run out of it, and they're not sure how to tap that equity in their current house.
Right. That's a great point, because a reverse mortgage, you can actually get repairs into that, you know, so that during the time that the mortgage is done, these repairs can be done. And that's just in addition to be able to get a lump sum or get monthly income.
So it's a long-term solution.
Absolutely.
And I understand, and we were speaking earlier about this, that you need counseling. So the senior does get counseling through
HUD. The federal government requires that anybody obtaining a reverse mortgage is counseled first by a HUD-approved counselor, so that they know the pluses and minuses, the pitfalls and the benefits.
Yeah, third party, making sure that the senior's getting properly advised.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. It helps keep the industry honest, if you will, and honest toes. Make sure everybody understands the ramifications of the loan.
That's right.
Yeah. That's very good. What are some of the myths? Does the bank own the senior's home once the senior moves out or passes?
Well, that's the biggest myth about a reverse mortgage, and that's one of the reasons especially adult children may object to a reverse mortgage, because they think that the bank is just taking the property, okay? And that's not the case. First of all, the homeowner continues to own the home. They keep title to the home. They can even have it in their trust if they like, and they can live in the home for as long as they live. And as long as they are in that home, they don't have to make a payment. When they do move out or they die, then the heirs can handle that home just the same way they would a property in any other estate. They can sell the home, they can refinance it, they have to pay off the mortgage, but they can do that in any way they like. And one more thing is they do not get any debt that might exceed the value of the home at that time. That's another thing.
So if it's upside down,
they're not responsible for that.
Yeah, that's a great benefit to that. Let's talk about who's eligible for a reverse mortgage.
Well, first of all, you have to be 62 years of age, okay? So if you're 62 years of age and you have substantial equity, you have a lot of equity in your home, you're a potential candidate. You know, if you have a long-term need for that lump sum of cash or a cash flow, then it might be the right thing for you. Loan is not based on your credit qualifying. You don't have to have credit or income to qualify, because it's all based on age and the equity in the property.
That's important, because some people are a little bit behind on their bills, or things are tight for them.
Yeah.
And they don't have a lot of income.
Right, right. The only thing they have to do is keep their taxes current. You know, they've got to keep the taxes current. And if they set it up to where they got the income coming in from it and they plan, you know, correctly, then that should not be a problem.
Okay. And taxes and insurance.
That's correct. Yeah. Taxes
yes,
and insurance and maintenance. You got to keep the property up, obviously. You know.
Yeah. Very good.
But you know, I think you'd mentioned earlier about, or we had talked about the children, adult children, and they really need to be involved in this process. They really need to know what's going on so that they can keep their parents or whoever they're working with on the right track. You know, and
I almost the blessing. It's not everyone knows what's going on, and everybody's bought into what's happening and what that strategic plan is. That's in the best financial interest of the senior.
Of the senior, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, love it. Let's talk about ways in which a senior can take the distribution of money.
Okay. You know, I mentioned a couple of times, there's a few ways to do it. One is a lump sum. Okay, you can get the reverse mortgage and get just a certain amount of money, whatever that is. The maximum is $625,250 in any case. That's the maximum. And you can get that all at once, depending on the equity in the home. Or you can get a line of credit. So you just take money as you need it, okay? And again, you don't have to make payments on that. Or you can get monthly payments. You can get a fixed amount of a monthly payment for as long as you live in the home, okay? You cannot outlive that monthly cash flow, okay?
Right.
That's awesome. Or you can actually take it in combination, little lump sum, little, you know, credit line.
Or let's say you have a mortgage balance of $50,000, you want to pay that off.
That's right.
And then start getting some cash on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. What if, let's say you live in a bigger home. You're 65, 66 years old, as an example, and you want to move out to another home.
Right.
Can you use a reverse mortgage on a purchase?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's something that a lot of people don't know about. So you can take that equity from that home, use a portion of it as the down payment, get a reverse mortgage for the difference, okay? And then you have no monthly payment. So you can downsize, be closer to your grandkids, maybe get out of a two-story home into a single, you know, and not have monthly payments. It's a huge benefit.
A lot of baby boomers are going to be retiring
and
be looking at this product. Great information. How can others get additional information from you, Jim?
Well, I appreciate that. First of all, you can call me. My telephone number is 661, should I give that?
Yeah, absolutely.
295-7030. Or you can email me at james@covenantmutual.com. And there were just two more things I wanted to share, if I could, Fred. One is that I do have a workshop series at College of the Canyons, the University Center up there, beginning November 8th, okay, where I'm going to be doing some workshops for seniors and their families. The cost is only $15 per family. That begins November 8th. So if your viewers...
And it's ongoing, so if you're hearing this after November 8th...
Right, right. Yes. So there's several series on different, but the one on November 8th is actually going to cover reverse mortgage. The other is going to cover other aspects of seniors' issues. And then one more thing I wanted to share for any of your viewers that would like a copy of this booklet. It's from the National Council on Aging, and it's Use Your Home to Stay in Your Home. Okay, so I'd be happy to give this to any of your viewers free of charge.
Yeah, love it, love it. And many seniors are on email, so it's james@covenantmutual.com. Very good. Thank you very much.
Fred.
Stick around. We've got a great guest coming up, Tara McHugh, and she's the founder of the Association of Women Entrepreneurs.